This is a national emergency. This message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Homeland Security and the North American Aerospace Defense Command. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Please stand by for an important announcement. At 20:42 hours Coordinated Universal Time, multiple aerospace defense networks confirmed the sudden appearance of 123 unidentified objects in near-Earth orbit. The objects manifested simultaneously in equidistant formation above every major populated region of the planet.
This is Michael Cross, station WKAR. They told us to keep broadcasting no matter what. We're watching the feeds right now, and they're just there, hanging above everything, every city. It's not a glitch. They don't match anything we've ever logged.
NORAD tracking reports that the objects are stationary and emitting no propulsion signatures, heat signatures, or detectable radiation. No communication has been received from them.
They just popped in, not slowed down, not entered orbit, not burned up, coming through atmosphere, just appeared. The military has scrambled jets, but they're not getting close. Planes stall when they approach within 5 miles. The pilot said their instruments, freeze, literally freeze, like the screens lock up. Even the needles stop moving.
All commercial and civilian air traffic is now grounded. Do not attempt to fly. Remain indoors. Do not gather outside to observe the objects.
People are already outside. I can see them through the studio window. Half the town is just standing in the parking lot, phones up, staring. Every time the wind hits, they flinch, like they're expecting, I don't know, something.
The United Nations Security Council has convened an emergency session. Observatories on all continents confirm that the objects are perfectly motionless relative to the ground. They are each approximately 1.7 kilometers in diameter, smooth, featureless, and dark. They reflect no sunlight.
You can't see their edges. That's the worst part. They're darker than the sky, like holes. You don't realize how much light the sky normally has until something takes it away. They don't look like ships. They look like absence.
All global communications are advised to remain operational for emergency coordination. Conserve power. Remain calm. Do not approach the objects. Do not use lasers, drones, or any form of light projection toward the objects.
They're lowering. Not fast, maybe a meter a second. It's been 10 minutes now. You can see more of the shape against the clouds. Still no engines, no sound. Just falling without falling. Did you hear? Okay, we're still here. They're saying it came from all of them at once, like they all flexed just a little. It was felt on seismographs. Every continent, the crust picked it up. Jesus Christ!
All emergency responders are instructed to prepare for mass casualty protocols in the event of impact. Repeat, prepare for mass casualty protocols. Civilian populations are instructed to remain indoors, away from windows. Stock emergency supplies. Remain calm.
They're not slowing down anymore. They're accelerating. Every single one of them, straight down. This isn't a landing. This is a fall. They're gonna...
All 123 objects have halted at an altitude of exactly 4,000 meters above sea level simultaneously. No debris. No sonic boom. No known propulsion. All seismic activity has ceased.
They stopped. midair, every one of them, just hanging there like they're waiting.
Remain indoors. Await further instructions. This concludes the emergency broadcast. This is an emergency action notification. This message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Homeland Security and allied international agencies. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Please stand by for an updated situation report. As of 0600 Coordinated Universal Time, the unidentified objects remain suspended at a fixed altitude of approximately 4,000 meters above mean sea level. No change in their position, orientation, or energy output has been detected. The objects emit no heat, light, radio, or gravitational signatures. All attempts to establish communication have failed.
It's been 10 hours. They haven't moved, haven't made a sound, nothing. The jets that tried to approach last night never got closer than 5 miles. They just stalled midair. They said it felt like flying into syrup. Now they've grounded everything. There's nothing left up there but those things and sky.
Maintain shelter indoors. Keep power use to a minimum. Report any sudden electromagnetic disturbances or unexplained power fluctuations to local civil defense authorities. Do not approach the objects. Do not attempt to project light or sound toward them.
Everyone's quiet. Streets are empty, like a holiday but wrong. There's no traffic noise, no sirens, no music coming from anywhere. Just wind. And every so often, that hum. It's not even on the radio, it's in the air. You feel it in your ribs before you hear it. I haven't slept.
Several ground-based telescopes have reported a gradual change in the surface composition of the objects. Previously featureless, their undersides now exhibit faint markings resembling geometric symbols. These symbols are expanding at a uniform rate. All attempts to photograph the markings result in data corruption.
Yeah, about that. We tried filming them from the roof. The lens won't focus, it just keeps drifting off like it's forgetting where the surface is. And when you freeze the frames, they're not the same symbol, frame to frame, like they're rewriting themselves. One of our techs says it's not even changing. It's us that can't hold the shape, that it's too high-dimensional to stay still.
Satellite reconnaissance confirms the same markings are visible worldwide. Each object appears to be inscribing identical patterns across its lower surface. The origin, meaning, and method remain unknown.
There's something else. Clocks are wrong. I don't mean off, I mean they disagree. My watch says 1:12, the wall clock says 4:19. The computer's locked at 2:46. But when you look away and back, they're different again. Not random, just different. Nobody trusts time anymore.
Multiple nations report widespread GPS malfunctions. Timing beacons have become unstable. Atomic clocks at the National Institute of Standards and Technology are experiencing unaccountable temporal drift. Estimated deviation is increasing exponentially. This may affect navigation and power grid coordination. Prepare for rolling blackouts.
The grid's already slipping. Half this county's dark. Some folks have candles in their windows. I can see them from here across the hills. It looks old, like the whole world just fell back a century overnight. Everyone's waiting for something to happen. No one knows what. It's not just the power. People are changing. Little things. We had a caller whispering about lights crawling on her ceiling. Another one said his shadow wasn't matching his movements anymore. I told him it was stress, but I don't know. I keep catching mine a half second late on the wall. Maybe I'm just tired.
Remain indoors. Avoid direct observation of the objects for prolonged periods. Prolonged unaided viewing has been linked to disorientation, hallucinations, and episodes of derealization. Shield windows where possible. Do not attempt to communicate with or signal the objects.
They said not to look at them. Like looking is what's breaking people. But they fill the whole sky. You can't not see them. Even with the curtains closed, you feel where they are. Like they're leaning down on you. Like pressure in your teeth.
At 5:04 local time, several seismographs worldwide recorded synchronized microtremors originating from the upper atmosphere directly beneath each object. These tremors lasted precisely 0.77 seconds and ceased simultaneously. No visible movement was detected.
The ground twitched. Not like an earthquake. It was too clean, too precise. Like something tapping the crust, testing it. It felt like a finger on the world's shoulder.
Prepare for the possibility of further. Remain indoors. This transmission.
I think they're counting down. No clocks work, but you can feel it. Like waiting for thunder. Everyone's whispering, even when they're alone. Nobody knows what they're waiting for, but they know it's close.
Remain calm. Shelter in place. Conserve water, food, and power. Further updates will follow. This concludes the current emergency broadcast. This is an emergency action notification. This message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Homeland Security and the United Nations Office for Outer Threat Containment. Please remain sheltered indoors and stand by for critical updates. As of 0912 Coordinated Universal Time, the unidentified objects remain suspended at their previous altitude. The geometric symbols on their undersides continue to expand and now cover an estimated 85% of visible surface area. These symbols are observed to rotate slowly, counter to planetary rotation.
They're still up there. Haven't moved. Haven't blinked. But something's changed down here. Nevada lit up about an hour ago. We thought it was power coming back online, but it wasn't. It was daylight. Local daylight, just appearing in a circle in the desert. Cameras caught it. A perfect ring of noon. The sun's still gone for everyone else. The air guard got a drone in before the systems failed. It made it 200 feet from the center. Then it lost GPS, telemetry, everything. The last frame it sent was a shape, standing upright. Humanoid, but wrong. Like it was drawn from memory. Limbs too long, shadows bending toward it. Then the drone disintegrated, not exploded, just flaked away.
Warning. Visual contact with unknown biological form confirmed in the Nevada exclusion zone. Civilians must remain at least 20 kilometers from the perimeter. Do not attempt to approach, record, or observe the figure. Visual fixation may cause neurological contamination. Shield windows and reflective surfaces.
They can't keep people away. Half the state's trying to drive there. The roads are jammed with cars that don't work anymore. Everyone's walking, like they have to see it, like they're being pulled.
You are the first to see.
Oh God. Oh God, did you hear that? That wasn't on the air. It was in here, inside my...
A broadcast anomaly has occurred. Emergency communication systems are experiencing direct interference from the unidentified figure. All operators are to cease vocal transmission until further instruction. Maintain visual isolation. Avoid eye contact with any reflective surface. Do not attempt thought-to-speech systems or subvocal communication devices. This is not a test.
I saw it, just for a second. Between the static, like it was behind me. Tall, thin, no features, like a cutout in the shape of a man, but bending the air around itself. The studio glass cracked when it spoke. It said, you heard it, it said, "I'm the first."
The Nevada exclusion zone is expanding at an accelerating rate. All mechanical and digital systems within 30 kilometers are non-functional. Compass needles are reported to orbit continuously. Bioelectrical monitoring shows cardiac irregularities in personnel within the zone perimeter. Estimated safe distance is increasing by 1 kilometer every 10 minutes.
It's growing. It's not walking or flying or doing anything, just standing there, and the world is bending out from it. Like it's unmaking reality where it stands. Like the air is forgetting how to be air.
Michael Cross.
They know me. I don't think it cares about our weapons, or our laws, or us. I think it just looked down and saw me first. I wish it had picked someone else.
All global emergency channels report identical interference. Civilian communications are now fully suspended by international directive. This channel will remain the sole authorized broadcast. Do not transmit. Do not approach. Do not look directly at the figure. This concludes the emergency broadcast. This is an emergency action notification. This message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Homeland Security, the Centers for Disease Control, and the United Nations Crisis Directorate. Please stand by for immediate advisories regarding civilian behavior instability. As of 1600 hours, Coordinated Universal Time, reports of widespread psychological disturbances have been confirmed across all populated regions. These disturbances correlate with proximity to visual contact with the unidentified objects and the Nevada figure. Symptoms include insomnia, auditory hallucinations, derealization, compulsion toward group congregation, and sudden onset suicidal ideation. If you or anyone nearby exhibits these symptoms, isolate them and contact emergency authorities if possible.
It's all falling apart. The roads are clogged with people walking, not running, not looting, just walking. Town to town, city to city, gathering in fields, on rooftops, on hilltops, anywhere they can see the sky. There was a riot at the grocery 2 blocks from here, not over food. They smashed the windows just to drag the checkout scanners into the street and burn them. Like they hate machines now. Like the sight of blinking lights is unbearable. Someone spray-painted, "Let it rewrite us" across the station door. They're forming groups, cults, hundreds of them. They all say the same thing, that it's not here to kill us, it's here to fix us, that the silence is the cure. Some of them are standing under the crafts for hours, arms raised, not blinking. Their eyes dry and cracked open. They don't move even when it rains.
Civil unrest is escalating in all major population centers. Coordinated law enforcement has collapsed in 27 national capitals. Contact with the governments of India, Brazil, and South Africa has been lost. Beijing, Moscow, and Paris are under martial law. Remain indoors. Avoid gatherings. Do not participate in collective observation rituals. Repeat. Avoid gatherings.
Phones don't work. Internet's gone. Satellites are offline. Even Starlink. Completely silent. The sky is full of them, but they don't speak anymore. like the whole planet just went deaf. People keep whispering. No matter where you go, streets, rooftops, even in empty rooms, you hear whispering, like being in a library where someone's just around the corner. I caught myself doing it. I was reading the advisory and my lips were moving, but I wasn't reading. I was saying something else. I don't know what.
Mass psychogenic effects are suspected. Avoid mirrors, screens, and reflective surfaces. Refrain from attempting to write, record, or document any symbols observed on the objects or the figure. Doing so may induce cognitive contamination and loss of identity coherence.
Someone carved the symbols into their skin. Not deep, just scratched over and over until it bled. There were dozens of them, all doing it, synchronized, smiling. They weren't speaking, but their mouths were moving. They were mouthing, "We remember." They've started jumping from rooftops, not in panic, calm, hands folded, like they're stepping off a curb. And the ones who don't jump just stop, just stand there, heads tilted like they're waiting for instructions that won't come.
This channel is now the sole verified global transmission. All other signals are unverified and may be hostile. Do not trust unfamiliar voices on unsecured bands. Do not respond to voices claiming to be deceased relatives, former officials, or religious figures. These are not real. The Nevada figure has not moved.
They keep saying it hasn't moved, not even an inch. I don't know how they can tell anymore. Reality feels soft. Like if I blinked, it might be closer. I keep thinking, maybe it doesn't need to move. Maybe it's already inside everyone who saw it. Maybe that's why they're breaking.
Remain indoors. Do not. Additional civil defense orders pending. Await further.
I don't know how much longer I can keep talking.
Conserve food, water, and power. Avoid social contact. If your thoughts are no longer exclusively your own, do not speak them aloud. This concludes our latest update. This is an emergency global broadcast on the sole remaining verified channel. This message is issued at the direction of the United Nations Crisis Directorate and the Continuity Authority. This is not a test. The following is a planetary-level alert concerning widespread anomalous entities now present on the surface. As of 2200 hours, Coordinated Universal Time, visual manifestations matching the Nevada figure have been confirmed in over 6,000 locations worldwide. The entities are approximately 3 meters tall, featureless, and perfectly motionless. They emit no heat signature, sound, or measurable energy. They do not appear on radar, LiDAR, or conventional visual recordings unless viewed directly by the naked eye.
They're everywhere. One is standing on the highway outside the station, right on the painted line. No cars, just it. like it's waiting to be picked up. They don't move. They don't react. You walk around them. They don't turn. I saw a dog walk right up to one. It sat down in front of it and didn't blink for 20 minutes. Then it just laid down. It hasn't moved since.
Do not approach these entities. Maintain line of sight separation when possible. Avoid extended eye contact. If you are within 100 meters of one, do not attempt to speak, record, or broadcast. Several fatalities have occurred following prolonged exposure. All were preceded by cessation of voluntary movement and verbal activity, followed by spontaneous cardiopulmonary arrest while standing upright.
People are stopping. They just walk up to the figures and stand with them. At first they blink, breathe, shake, then less and less until they match. Still, empty. We tried dragging one woman away. Her body resisted like she weighed 1,000 pounds. When we let go, she floated back upright and stood again. Eyes open, breathing shallow, like gravity forgot her.
Containment is no longer feasible. Defensive operations are suspended. Population relocation has failed in all regions. Civil authorities are ordered to cease attempts to disperse gatherings. Do not disturb stationary individuals. Do not assume they are alive or deceased. Do not attempt revival.
The air is different, heavy. You can hear nothing, not even wind. No birds, no planes. The world feels paused, like a breath being held forever. It's worse than the screaming. I miss the screaming. Someone's out there. I can see them through the glass. They're not moving. I think it's one of them. It wasn't there before.
If you are hearing this message, you are still among the active. Conserve power. Ration supplies. Do not engage with figures. Do not imitate their posture or behavior. Do not remain in sight of more than one entity at a time. If multiple entities are visible from your location, relocate immediately.
They're closer now. It's like they're choosing places, each one, like chess pieces. No patterns, no sound. Just appearing, filling the world up with waiting. Please, I don't want to look out the window anymore.
Remain calm. Minimize motion. Sleep if possible. This concludes the latest update. This is an emergency broadcast from the Continuity Authority. This is not a test. Do not attempt to adjust your receiver. This message overrides all previous guidance. This message will repeat once. Listen carefully.
They moved. God help us. They moved. All at once, every single one of them. No sound, no warning. Just raise their arms. Not slow, not fast. Just perfect, synchronized. And they're pointing.
At 0400 hours, Coordinated Universal Time, all stationary entities initiated their first coordinated gesture. Visual accounts confirm synchronous upper limb extension toward various fixed points on the horizon. Estimated direction vectors converge upon uninhabited regions in the Antarctic Plateau, the Pacific Abyssal Plain, the Atacama Desert, and an unknown polar location beneath the Arctic ice sheet.
It's not random. Each one picked somewhere like they know where they're supposed to go and where we are supposed to go. The one near the station, it's pointing straight through this building, through me.
Do not follow their line of sight. Do not approach the designated bearing. Maintain current shelter location until further directive. Civilian movement toward indicated vectors is strictly prohibited. Repeat, do not come when called.
People are going anyway, walking toward where they point. Like sleepwalkers, and they don't blink, don't talk, just going. Whole roads full of them, quiet feet, straight lines. We tried to block the highway. They walked through the cars.
Geospatial monitoring confirms progressive human displacement toward entity vectors. Movement is voluntary but compulsive. Subjects display no resistance. Detainment has failed in all cases. Facilities report 100% non-compliance within 90 minutes of first exposure.
It's not a gesture, it's an instruction. And not look, not see, it's come.
You will come. You will come.
I think they're speaking now. Or maybe they always were, and we've just learned how to hear it.
This is not a test. If you are hearing this message, remain where you are. Do not acknowledge the instruction. Do not respond. Preserve your position. Preserve your mind. If you lose either, you will not return. This concludes the emergency broadcast.